birds of a feather do flock together. What am I talking about? I'll say this. Apollo Nida might need to move over in the halfway house because the way Peter Thompson got those feds up on him, y'all, they might be bunkmates sooner than we think. Y'all, what am I talking about? Peter Thompson is in trouble with the feds, and yes, it do got something to do with this Atlanta restaurant. Now, before y'all come in here tomorrow, Peter don't even got nothing in Atlanta. I know, and that's what makes it so funny. However, Peter Thompson is in trouble with a federal tax lien. That's right. He's in trouble with a federal tax lien on Uptown Restaurant and Lounge in Atlanta. Now, I know he doesn't own it anymore. He actually lost the business in 2010. However, the feds are on him saying, excuse me, Papa Smurf, I know you left Smurf Village to go down to greener pastures in, Florida. However, during the years of 2008 to 2009, you ain't paying quarterly taxes. That's right. Now, for those of you guys that just don't know how federal tax liens go, let me explain a little something to you. A federal tax lien, right, is when the federal government makes a legal claim against your assets because you owe them money for taxes. The lien protects the government's interest, right, against all your property. We are talking financial assets, personal property, and real estate. Listen, let me just paraphrase. That means the federal government is on your ass, baby, and they taking everything, even your firstborn, and they can get away with it, right? Nothing is safe. They can take any of your current businesses, any of your current properties, any of your future profits, all to satisfy that lien they say you know. The federal government in America, especially the tax system in America, if you're not American, is more powerful than God, and they will take the shirt off your back. But get this, they can also throw you in jail for failing to pay the tax lien, not paying it fast enough, hiding the assets, or whatever. Now, to go to jail, the federal tax lien needs to turn criminal in nature. However, the IRS is the one that decides when it turns criminal in nature, and the federal tax court. We saw what happened to Miss Lauryn Hill, and we also saw what happened to Wesley Snipes when he had tried to run back to the motherland, and they wrapped him up in a bow and sent him back. So, this is super serious, and Peter needs to pay attention. Now, let's see what he needs to pay attention to. Also, really quick, y'all. I know the YouTube street's been talking. Y'all, the members only live is tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you sign up and join. It is only $4.99. You can cancel at any time. Make sure you sign up and join, because y'all, I got some verifiable receipts. Right? The hater wanted to be like talking. Well, guess what, baby? I'm bringing y'all receipts. You know why? Because I got time today. Ask and you shall receive. Now, a lot of y'all might be asking, how did a closed Atlanta restaurant get into this and get in Peter in so much hot water? Because I'll be truthful. The last time I heard about Uptown Restaurant, right? Cynthia Bailey was complaining about the fact that she had to invest money to keep that restaurant afloat when her and Peter first got married, right? And Peter didn't pay her back the money. However, right, Peter said that Uptown closed in 2010, and he blamed it on the recession. Y'all, it's always something, right? My restaurant closed because of the recession. My restaurant closed because of the pandemic that was going around. Even though I will say being a restaurant owner is hard work, the profit margins are not as big as people believe. You make a lot of cash, but you got a lot of debt too, baby. So for most people that own restaurants, bars, lounges, it's a hard life. It looks bigger because you're dealing in bigger numbers, but it's a hard life. But let's get into this, right? Now, here's the thing. The federal tax lien actually accuses Peter of failing to pay his quarterly taxes starting in December 2008 through December 2009, right? They said he failed to make 10 payments totaling over $450,000. Actually, if you want the exact number, I'll give it to you. $450,399 52 cents, all right? Now, this is actually, if you guys want to be like, are these verifiable facts? Yes, mama and papa, they're verifiable facts. They were actually, Radar Online actually got the actual court documents of the IRS lien. Go on over to Radar Online if you actually want to read through the court documents. But I know y'all just want the mess, so let me give it to you. So just to be clear, Cynthia is not involved in this tax lien. Now, just explaining to you how all this happens, how Cynthia might be mixed up with it, because don't forget, when the IRS comes for you, they don't look at who owns it now. They looked at who owned it back then, and whoever owned it is liable. Cynthia was an investor, not an owner. The IRS is done playing games. This tax lien has been for a while. The IRS, when it has a tax lien, doesn't just go and just snatch your stuff, right? Doesn't just snatch it. It takes time. It first gives you time to be like, hey, we think you owe us money. Then it gives you time to argue back and forth with them. Then if they're proven right on those facts, then they start going for your property. You know what stage Peter's at? I'll give you one guess. The IRS warned Peter that they could begin taking his stuff if the debt isn't paid immediately in full. They ain't even giving him a payment plan. They want it in full, right? Because here's the thing. The lien was actually filed last summer, right? The lien was filed over the summer, but is yet to be released. When the lien's released, that means the bill has been paid in full. They have not paid any bill in full, right? Now get this. Peter does have a lot of restaurants. The most notable, I think, is Bar One in Miami. However, for those of you guys saying, well, wait a second, if Cynthia loaned the money and blah, 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 and she was part owner of Uptown, does she own any of the tax lien? Now, here's the thing. No. IRS has not named her. Him and Cynthia, of course, got divorced in 2017. And also, like I keep telling y'all about people saying they own restaurants. To be an owner and to be an investor are two different things in the eyes of the government and the IRS. You don't own anything until the IRS is the one saying that you're the one responsible for tax debt. Cynthia was an investor, meaning she invested money with Peter into the restaurant. Peter is the owner, which means that when it comes to an IRS lien, right, the IRS gets their money back from that restaurant, even if they got to sell that restaurant, split it up and sell everything in that restaurant. Cynthia gets paid if and when the IRS gets paid, and if and when the IRS it leaves anything else for anybody. So that's the thing. When there are people on YouTube, listen, in these streets, in these Atlanta streets, talking about they own restaurants and they proud to allow people, right? Proud to allow people into their restaurant because it's open. Keep in mind those people are fronting. They are not owners. They are investors. They are small investors, because you can be an investor and have an owning percentage. They are a very small investor. And when it comes to who gets paid first and whose money is more important, they are almost on the end at all times. That's why people don't like investing. They like owning. But this is another reason why people also like fronting like they're the owner, even though they are only the investor. But let's get back into Peter. Because if you guys recall, right, him and Cynthia actually were in a nasty battle over some money, and Cynthia took him to court just like she should, because that's what investors do. They got to sue to get their money back. The owner can just go into the company store and dip their hand into the till and take some money, right? Now, here's the thing. Cynthia did quietly dismiss that lawsuit. Radar Online is reporting that it was for $170K, right? And she filed her complaint in 2020. Now, I gotta tell you, a lot of people are saying that she quietly dismissed the lawsuit of her serving Peter because Peter did actually pay her back some of that money. Peter actually did pay her back some of that money because they had what appeared to be a private settlement worked out between them. And that's one thing y'all can say about Cynthia. She is a Pisces queen. She might be a sucker for love, but baby, she ain't a sucker for what's going on in her purse, right? The thing is, why did he almost get forced into that settlement? Well, I'll tell you. She asked for the court for permission to foreclose on Peter's Atlanta property and use the profits to settle the bill. That's right. She came for his Atlanta properties and said, we can split the difference and you can pay me with your half of the profit, right? And she even asked for Peter to pay for her attorney's fees. Now, this was for the $170,000 in principal plus interest up to May 2020 until the note was paid, y'all. Cynthia was not playing with Peter. I know she was happy with Mike Hill, but she was not doing a Portia Williams. She said, I ain't taking my foot off your neck, no way, no how. You better pay up, baby. And like any true Jamaican man, Peter paid once she applied the little pressure. Y'all, what do you think about? You think Peter's gonna be able to come up with this money for this tax lien? He better, because if not, the federal government loves turning cases like this criminal, baby. Ask Wesley Snipes if you don't know. Ask the miseducation of Lauryn Hill. This is actually not a laughing matter, and I do pray that Peter finds that money somewhere in an old sock, underneath a cushion in Bar 1 Miami, or wherever else he got some money. Listen, hopefully, if him and Cynthia are on good terms, or maybe, I don't know, maybe he can text her and ask her for some money. I don't know about that. Anyway, Tattle Tells, let me know what you think in the comments. And don't forget, we got the members only live, baby. And I'm bringing some truth. I'm bringing some truth too, down to the ATL. Y'all might not like the facts, right? It might not fit into your fantasy world. But guess what? I got that truth and I'm bringing it to you. All right, y'all. I'll talk to you later. Bye.